Responsibility still, though.
But it's a toxic standard that was set by you guys.
The great black man reminds me a whole lot of artists. They're worth the most when they're no longer here. See, that's what Trip was talking about. What Trip was talking about was the fact that a man's character is not judged first and foremost. It's not judged in the top three, so on and so forth. A man's character is not judged typically till after the prerequisites are already in place for him. And in most cases, a man's character is not judged until he's doing the opposite of what you want. And then it becomes a standard that we created because everything seems to be our fault. The responsibility of man has never changed throughout history. And these people get on these platforms, get on stage, and they don't want to mention God because the duties and the responsibilities of man are ordained by God. And Trip is right. We have the obligation to opt in and subscribe to that mindset, reality. But we didn't create it, just as we didn't create many of our true circumstances that constantly get overlooked. But it's always going to be our fault. Just as Randy, the young lady, said, oh, you all created these standards. No, we don't create the standards. You see, we are constantly told that in order to appeal to you, we have to be what you want. And those duties and responsibilities do not mean a thing until I am what you want and all of those prerequisites. And once again, until I'm doing the opposite of what you want, if I meet your prerequisites. We're not sitting here and realizing and looking at the fact that your deadbeat baby daddy is one of the good ones that died young, and all of a sudden he was a saint. That your father, who you have been indoctrinated to hate all your life, you come to find out that he was actually a great man that your mom kept you away from. We hear you, and the sad truth is, and because we hear these things, we realize that the problem is in plain sight. It's just that people choose to not want to see it. And it's that man that you hate, you really don't hate. And even more than that, feminism tries to teach women that they want what we have, but they don't want what it is that we are, because we have the responsibility of being what we are supposed to be and being what you like. And in a lot of cases, the two don't match up. God bless. Show off.
Technical requirements, it don't matter if you a good person, cuz. Like, don't nobody care that a man is a good person if he broke. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody care if a man is a good person if he can't fight. Don't nobody care if a man is a good, like, all that comes after you meet the technical requirements. That gets stressful, bro. It wears on us, you feel me? Like, again, I'll be hearing that it's about other shit, but be honest, bro. It's about that after we meet the technical terms. And that is really starting to eat away at us, bro. Amongst black boys, amongst black men, it's rising. You know what I'm saying? And it's from carrying the weight of this thing that we taught not to complain about. And many of us never will.
That's a fact.
We'll carry it to the grave, bro. We'll grind ourselves right the fuck away to meet that standard of manhood.
But I think it's a responsibility still, though.
But it's a toxic standard that was set by you guys. So I guess the next step is.
Whoa.
I didn't lie. Women didn't set the standard.
Let's pause. I am a black man. I subscribe. I did not set.
Okay,
I did not build the standard.
Right.
I build no system. The most I can do is subscribe.
Right. But you subscribing, how can you change your subscription?
What, again, before you put this all on men, what do women still expect?
This being part 2, when I saw this video, I initially thought of a conversation that I had just a few days ago. And in that conversation, the person said to me, I apologize that what my actions did, you saw them a certain way. But God knows my heart. Which is a nice way of saying, I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck how it makes you feel. Because God knows my heart. And the reason why that added context to this video for me is because there's certain shit that men can't say. We can't say nothing like that. And it makes sense to who we are. We can't say things like, love me as I am, because we're expected to rise level to level to level even after you meet us. There's something that needs to change for us because we are expected to ascend in every situation. And the title of the video, it is what it is. That the value of the great black man is much like a painter. Because what's the value of everything that I do right if you're constantly looking for, and you will only acknowledge, red flags? Do you ever, you virtually hear no one, and I mean no one, having conversations about green lights, green flags, things that say go. And to put that into perspective, 1,000 good things that I can do in a row, all in a row. And one thing we disagree on, and I could lose all that I've invested into those 1,000 things. Doesn't seem like a fair prospect. You see, if you're in situations and you're always looking for the red flag, one of the videos that just popped up on my on this day on my other page was a woman who is at her wedding looking for red flags at her wedding because, and the red flag that she comes up with is if that man cries at the wedding. That's the one that is like, how deep are you looking for red flags while green flags mean absolutely nothing to you? I mean, realistically, have you thought about all the things that this man has to do right before he can even go on the first date with you? Like, literally, he has to step to you. He has to say all the right things when he steps to you. He has to be able to procure your number. He has to be able to call you at the right time. He has to be able to have a conversation, say all the right things, and he has to be able to offer to take you on a date, and you have to accept it, and then he has to be able to take you on the right date, and he has to be... Do you see all of the things that he has to get right before you even have to make any effort? And while him even getting you, excuse me, to like him is under all of those conditions, your demand is for him to love you unconditionally. You see that? We're not even talking about the expectations that come with getting into a relationship with you. The only thing I just mentioned was getting to go on a date with you. That's a man's reality. I want y'all to understand that there's literally one person who makes the choice and decision on whether you care about what that man says. That's you. Only one person makes the decision on whether you're going to listen to that man. That's you. It's not something that we can force upon you when I'm doing my part in order to earn that from you on a daily basis. But if you're not just doing something as small as listening, and that means I'm going to be quiet so I can hear what this person is saying thoroughly, simply because I care about them. Because God may know my heart, but he's not God. And he deserves my respect because I love him and I care about him. Is that way too much to ask? Instead, here's what you have. You have someone who's labeled as a therapist says something like this.
You see that study that came out? Sex before work leads to better productivity.
I agree with that. I think that I could see that. That means morning sex for the most part.
Yeah, that's exactly what that means.
Now, what I will say is this. Women, I'm finna advocate for y'all, okay? I got you. I've been listening. This ain't for me, but it's for y'all. If y'all could roll over, assume the position, get it in, do your thing, and get up out, more women would say yes. Not every woman, which I am this woman, I don't mind the full act of sex in the morning, right? Because I am a sexual person with who I'm with.
Right.
So I like the act.
Right.
It's not just that. But a lot of women are like, I got to go to work too, buddy. So can you roll over, not expect me to do a full production, and get your shit?
So you know,
that's why you laughing. And then get on with your day.
You look quickie, huh?
Most women do.
Y'all like quickies?
Most women, I'm saying.
No, they don't. No. I thought, who was that? Missy Elliott said, I don't want no 1 minute, 1 minute man.
Well, it's going to take you more than 1 minute to roll over.
What I want even has to be attached with how you want it. And that's what a therapist just said. Even though 9 times out of 10, I go to work earlier than you. So the only thing I'm looking for in that morning is a quickie. But this is what our discussions are like, because you have to have your way in some form or some fashion.